Good morning, and welcome to Wuxing Taijiquan. My name is Jeff Cote, and I am the Occidental Taoist. So, we've got our usual warm-ups and everything that we'll get started with. Hello, all right, looks like a couple people are signing in. So, sorry for a couple of minutes behind this morning. Just had a bunch of stuff needed doing. So, anyways, let's get started. Feet roughly shoulder width and parallel. Make the spine upright and relaxed, long. Make the hands in front of the lower down chin as you kind of just get your basic structure. Find where your weight and your feet you want to be. And we'll begin with a little expansion. Just inhale and expand. Exhale and return. And we're going to reverse the direction. So we inhale, pause. Exhale, press from the down chin outward. Inhale as though breathing through the whole body towards your center. And balance. And counter swing. Column swing. So one of the things I like to do here is I'm actively rolling the right and left channels out, and at the same time trying to roll this part of the right and left channels in a way that I could get under and lift something, but not from the power of the shoulder technique, but with the power of the right and left channels rotating. So, and then when I'm coming down, they're kind of rotating in. The shoulders are rotating down. The chi is kind of rotating in and descending, and you can feel this. This is really very much about this up and down energy, and how the right and left channel spirals internally can help facilitate that. When I want to emphasize the up, I make sure the palms are open. When I want to emphasize the down, I lightly grasp. It's like I'm trying to gather and pull down. Meanwhile, I'm really opening up the column of the body to allow for a powerful descent in chi. And then we've got that shaping around as we come up. Still working with the right and left channels. And then counter columns. and relax. See how I mix it up and just let that counter swing action, see all the different ways I can express that movement. And that helps you free up and create new options, new neurological connections, which helps you relax more, helps new opportunities. Just, engage any of those tensions, any of the places where the body wants to stop the action or over control. All right. Nice, good central equilibrium. We'll do a little Ling Kong Jing today. Start off. Now, when we do this, I really want you to get that sense of like resistance, like the universe itself is resisting. There's like you're moving through water. But I want you to get that dragon claw too, almost like you're outreaching, reaching out through all the fingers with that as you reach out and just lightly grasp and pull. Although you're going to try not to tense. You're just trying to add the activity of activation. Like you need to use strength, but you don't. So you don't. You activate everything as though it's going to do something, but then you stay relaxed. Then reverse the circling. Shift to one side, hand underneath. The dragon rolls the pearl posture. And relax. Shake it out. Hands or some fingers. Other way. Elbows. Other way. Big circles. Reverse. Patting the shoulders. Trunk twist from the center. Patting the waist. On the hips. Circling the daimai. Other way. And your hips. Open up the hips. Let your awareness move down here. And draw that hip open. Gently extend down. Hold that ball and socket joint open. And through on the other side. Other way. Closing. Other way. Open up those hips. Straighten the legs. You feel the stretch right in the angle of the muscle, and then back down. Just rolling through those hips down and back. Right, shake them up. Patting the legs. Friction. On the other side. Small circles with your knees. Other way. Deep breaths. Legs. Ankle and hip. The other way. Foot and ankle. Other way. Brushing the grass. Other way. Behind. Other way. Right up and out. Up to the side. And back. Cross behind. Rotate this one. Back up. Knee down. Knee back, hip forward. Around. Shake down. Other side, ankle and hip. Other way. brushing the grass. Other way. Behind. Other way. Like that. To the side. And back. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. We're going to cross. Skip that one. Straight down. Turn the spine. And leave the chest. Go down, peel back, knee back, hip forward. Leg out, and around. And shake them out. Hamstrings, nice and long, spine long, straighten the legs, flatten the back. Each inhale, elongate the entire back of the body. Tailbone away from the top of the head. Lift the sacrum away from the heels. Press the heels away from the sacrum. Exhales, release. Let gravity just pull you open. Turn to one side. Other side. Just roll open to the side a little. Back. Two dragons circle the pond. Come over. Roll open. As you reach back. center. Nice deep stance. Drop down into a squat stance. Spine nice and long. And we'll stretch hands down. Just shift back and forth. You don't have to do a suspension, or you can if you like that sort of thing. Me, I really like to sit into the hips sometimes. And the suspension just came out of that as I would sit into this, just really opening up the hips. And that's taught. One day I just decided, hey, my own body weight could stretch this more, so I decided to let my body weight sit on it. Come back up, roll the spine up. And dragon spine. Just like dragon rolling the pearl outward, just relaxing that out. And we're going to go this right into a rather than the push. This is sort of an unroll this way. So roll in, both roll in, right? And then both roll out. And the other. All right. Let's work on that swimming dragon section we've been doing. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I've been thinking about this because we haven't done the whole long set in a while. It's been probably a month because we've been working on this section just so we keep it fresh. I think today maybe we'll go through the cycle, the whole thing from beginning all the way up through to where we're working. Try to do the whole thing. Remember that we're in at least I am. I'm in an enclosed space. I'm going to turn this a little bit so I have a little more room to one side. that so I can get a little more room there. I can get this diagonal sort of here, get a little bit of space. But I like to do that, just go through the form. I know you guys have said you have an easier time following me when I'm facing the other way. So I will actually lead this sequence from there, from that side. I really got to get like a dual camera thing so you can have both angles. I'm working on it. All right, let's start from the very beginning. Feet together, central equilibrium. Sleeping dragon awakens to find his root. Glad you're beginning. Deflecting left. And right. Fall back. Mortal pounds of mortar. Split. And over. Cross the hands and look to the right. Squeeze and press. And push. Dragon seal the gate. Gold, pearl, and cranes. Hook. Bump and silhouette. Catch and pull down. Deflect right. Press. Step. Turn on the heel. Immortal pounds the mortar. Split and open. Step back and throw. Step back to the right. And white crane fends off snake. Loop. Bring out the arms to brush the knee. Pluck. And play loop. Outreach. Neutralize. And press. Outreach. Neutralize. And press. And now the arms to brush the knee. Pluck and play the loop. Outreach. Neutralize. And press. Catch and pull down. That's it. Circling palms, right hand first. Oh, it's supposed to be left hand. And punch. More becomes the mortar. Chi reverse. Deflecting right. And left. Roll back. And press. Mortal pounds of mortar. Split. Open. And across the hands. Squeeze and press. Two dragons seal the gate. Roll pearl and crane's bell left hand. Hook. Bump. Single. Outreach and pull down. Deflect left. And cross. Step. Turn right. The mortar pounds the mortar. Split and open. Step back and throw. Step back to the left. And white crane fends off sneak. Play the lid. We know the arms. Brush past the knee. Pluck. And play the lid. Outreach. Neutralize. And cross. Outreach. Neutralize. And cross. And now the arms to brush past the knee. Pluck and play the lid. Outreach. Neutralize. And cross. Catch and pull down. Press down. Circling palms, left hand. That was right the first time. Left hand first. And punch. Marble pounds and knife. Circling palms to the left. And shoulder stroke. Long uppercut punch. Squeeze right. Roll and punch down. Deflecting left. And rolling, sweeping cut and cross. Sweep. And right fist under left palm. Step back and repulse sneak. Almost out of room. Cross the hands. And we'll move over towards the middle here so you can see. Sleeping dragon. Our dragon stretches his wings. Power of the morning. White ape presents the fruit. White crane kicks with one leg. Butterfly touches the water. Green dragon stirs the waves. Split, grasp the arm. Turn back and look at the moon. Fair lady threads the shuttle. Passing clouds. Hammer fist. Dragon sweeps the sky. Double uppercut. Double elbow. Split and grasp the arm. Turn back and boom. Two dragons passing. And white ape represents the fruit. White crane kicks with one leg. Butterfly touches the water. Green dragon stirs the waves. Elbowing right and left. Split and grasp the arm. Go back and boom. Fair lady throws the shot. Passing clouds. Hammer fist. Dragon swoops the cloud or swoops the sky. Double uppercut. Double. Split and grasp the arm. Turn on the back of the arm. Two dragons passing. What represents the fruit, except you never complete the movement. Withdraw and close. All right. So that was a slightly quicker than usual pace, just so that you got a sense of the flow, that you know, wasn't too fast. But you can practice it at that speed. And at that speed, took us about 14 minutes or so. If you go the real slow, the like sort of moderate slow pace that I generally tend to go, it takes about 20, close to, or 17 or so. If you go real slow, like the real slow pace, usually takes 20 to 25, which if you have the time to do it, I recommend you do that, particularly while training, where you can just take your time, sit, adjust things, so that you're learning to really utilize the whole body. Okay. At the same time, sometimes limited time frame, but you want to do the whole set. You can do it quick. I don't recommend doing it that way all the time, but it's sometimes fun to practice it that way, and good. Builds the yang a little bit. Any mistakes you make at a very slow speed will be amplified at a quicker speed. So sometimes you'll find that, like when you're going a little bit quicker, the balance is more challenging. It's because your mistakes are amplified. So that's when you take the opportunity to, you start identifying where those places are, and you slow those way down, and you look at them, and you just keep working with structure. Structure, it has to start with that. Your structure has to be good. Without that, everything else is just not even possible. So the first order of business and the last order of business, you're always working on perfecting that. It's never going to be perfect, but you can keep getting it closer and closer. And as you do so, the awareness deepens. It's an important part of the training process. Okay. All right. Thank you, guys. Thank you for joining me. Looks like sometime soon we may be we'll be back. We're in phase 2 here in Massachusetts for our 4-phase process for going back into normal business operations and normal everything, state normal run, all of it. It is always going to be, ear to the ground, what's happening, making sure we don't overwhelm the medical system as new cases appear. If we see a quick rash, I know that we're going to do stuff. But I'm in contact with a lot of the different councils on aging directors, And the basic sort of stance is that we're in phase 4, like councils on aging should, like they're in the last phase of going back in. So we're in phase 2. They say like 2 weeks or so for each phase. So maybe a month from now, if everything goes well, and we're looking good health wise. Everybody's looking good health wise, and the state of the state and the medical systems are still good, and it's not severely releasing all sorts of stuff. We're talking about still going back, but still, even when we first go back, really honoring social distancing, masks, etc. So we'll look at that in the coming weeks at when we might be able to meet again sometime. And when that happens, these live stream classes will stop because I'll be doing them with my classes. There's a couple of places that have kind of started some things because they have big outdoor spaces, and we're getting together in the outdoor spaces with masks, keeping a good 10 feet from each other or so, and practicing. That's happening in Clinton. I've got it scheduled for Shirley in, I think, a couple weeks. And in Townsend and Lancaster, it seems to be, looking at when that phase 4 hits. And I think that that's wise. I think that being cautious in this population is a good idea. And I'm all for cautious and preserving well-being. But at the same time, I think it's good for us to try to, just like I am with everything, find the boundary, test it a little bit, pull back, test it a little bit, and we approach it this way. So I'll be in contact with Connie as well, who is, of course, the coordinator for our in-person class. So and her and I will start talking about what might be a good time frame should everything go well. Now, this is all, just planning. But like everything else, once you start to plan, things happen. Things may need to change and shift and move out a little bit as the rest of the state comes back into operation. We don't know what the caseload is going to get like for this, so we've got to protect that. I hope you guys are all really well and flourishing and finding ways to make your way through this. There's a lot going on, and I feel like having a good grounded base in a practice for yourself that's peaceful making and health building and unifying and centering and grounding is really important for our emotional well-being, our spiritual well-being, and our physical, for the wellness of it. But with everything going on, it's very easy to get really distraught and off balance from this. And I mean, I've observed it in myself and my family, just how easy it is for the stress of this. And I mean, and what's my stress comparatively? It's just my stress is worries. There are people whose stresses are far more dangerous. And I honor and respect what's happening right now. I only hope that we can collectively come to an understanding and move forward in a better way than we've been. These things always happen on a ground of a lot of things. There's been a lot of trauma to people in this world by an oppressive system, and this is an inevitable result. And I'm hopeful that they will truly be heard, and real change, more significant than any we've ever made, is possible. And I'm very hopeful that it will become that way. I see the stirrings of some real change in our country, in our world. So I hope. I hope. I'm gonna leave it at that. I have great hope for us, and hope, and I have great hope and wish many blessings for you. Perfect. Thank you, guys. Many blessings of radiant health and a peaceful, happy heart.